Hello everyone, myself Kuldeep Singh, and today we will discuss about senescence. Senescence is the final stage in the development of cells, tissue, and organs, which ultimately leads to death. Before starting senescence, I will just introduce to you the about aging. The aging can be defined as the time related deterioration of the physiological function necessary for survival and fertility. The aging process has two major facts like that. The first one, that is simply how long an organism live, and the second one concerns the physiological deterioration or senescence that characterized old ages. Now, what is senescence? So, the process by which a cell loses its ability to divide, grow, and function. This loss of function ultimately ends in death. Senescence is the normal consequences of aging process and will occur even when the supply of water and nutrients is maintained. It is a result of progressive but deteriorative developmental processes which leads to complete loss of organization and function of senescence organ or parts. For example, autumnal coloring and subsequent death of leaves in the deciduous plants, yellowing, and death of annual or biennial species after completion of fruiting. In terms of cancer, it is the response of normal cell to potentially cancer causing events. It is strictly deteriorative process and has no positive features. Senescence is not just running down the of tissue, but it is a form of programmed cell death, that is also called PCD, in which plant itself possesses a genetic control over the death of its cell. It is characterized by declining ability to respond to stress, increasing homeostatic imbalance, and increased risk of aging associated disease. Senescent cells secrete many inflammatory like that cytokines, IL-6, IL-8, growth factor like that PDGF, and proteases like that MMPs. Now, the next one, there are various factors which are responsible for senescence, like that the first one, replicative exhaustion, which leads to telomere shortening or uncapping, and finally it leads to senescence. And the next factor, that is like oxidative stress, DNA damage, and oncogenic activation, and all these are the factors which are responsible for senescence and by which the cell undergoes senescence. There are various genes which are also responsible for senescence, like that clothogenes, which are responsible for down regulation of insulin signaling and cause progeria. The next gene, that is P53, which is an important regulator of cell division, stop cell cycle causing cell senescence, and provide protection against cancer, guardian of the genome. The next gene, like that sirtuin gene, which encodes histone deacetylation enzymes and blocks chromosomal rearrangement. Sirtuin protein prevents aging. So these are the factors which are responsible for senescence. Now, if we seen the morphology of senescent cell, we seen clearly difference from young and aged senescent cell, or pre-senescent or senescent cell. Senescent cell become flattened and enlarged and have increased beta galactosidase activity, which increase size of nucleus and nuclei, and the senescent cell increase number of multinucleated cells, and it increase number of lysosome, Golgi and cytoplasmic microfibrils, which differentiate from pre-senescent cell to aged senescent. There are also many markers of senescent cell, like that p16 expression, heterochromatic foci damage, and telomeric DNA damage and DNA damage foci. So this is all about senescence. Now thank you so much.